back to my channel. My name is Meg and I am obsessed with all things makeup and beauty, especially eyeshadow palettes. So generally you can almost expect that most of my videos are going to have something to do or be heavily focused on eyeshadows, and today's no different. I wanted to play with the Wicked Widow Beauty Resurrection palette. Here she is, so gorgeous. Let me show you the inside. Stunning color story. I'm typically someone who, especially these days and with my ever-growing collection, am not super into a rainbow palette just because I feel like I have them a million times over, but I really feel like they just really went somewhere else with this. Like, yes, it's a rainbow, but I feel like it's got some really interesting tones and it's definitely got some magical looking shades in it. So I'm actually really excited to play with this, and it's only my second ever palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. I got their Graveyard Smash palette, was my first one I ever used by them, and I do have a video on that. I will have it linked up top, but I really fell in love with the formula and the brand through that, and so when they announced this one, I just knew I had to try to get my hands on it, and I'm so happy I did. So I thought we would create a look. Probably going to be nothing too complicated, but I just really want to play with the shadows, get to know the color story. I will insert some video of like swatches and the like, and we'll go from there. Okay, eye base is on. I went with my tried and true, my P. Louise cosmetic base in Rumor 0.5. I use this for like every single eye look. I absolutely love this stuff. And I think I figured out kind of what sort of color story I want to go with. I really like this. One thing I'm so excited with this palette is that it just, the color story, I'm so excited to play with all of it, and there's just so much I want to do with it. But I feel like I really want to delve into this end of the palette today, particularly the shade Adorned Carving. As I'm sure you've already seen with the swatch, it is just the most beautiful. Like, let's see if I can do any kind of, I can't quite tell if that's picking up on the camera, but it just has the most beautiful shift. And then the shade Ethereal is just ethereal. And there's just so many of the other ones, like I'm dying to dig into Mosaic, but I just really kind of want to stick to this side of the color story. I just, oh my gosh, I can't even like say it enough how much more beautiful this palette is in person. I am so obsessed with this. It might be one of my like top palettes for the year, I think. And I haven't even put it on my eyes yet, but I am infatuated with this color story. So yeah, I figured we would just jump on into it and start playing around with some colors. So I'm going to first take, I guess I should hold it up again. I think I'm going to first take the black, which is Sinner. And on that one, I am going to take that up with the Melt Tapered Shadow number 33, I believe this is, just like a flat, typical shader brush. I'm so tempted. They're still having like their, I don't know if it'll still be going on by the time I post this, but they're still having their like Boxing Day, Cyber Monday sale. And it's like up to 80% off of a lot of their products, like not the new stuff, like the, you know, Nightmare Before Christmas and all that. But a lot of their other stuff, including like that finishing powder and all of that, are all discounted, but their brushes are on a really good discount. And these are like my favorite brushes in my collection. So, oh, I'm so tempted to get more, but I really don't need more. But I also could justifiably then get rid of some of my other brushes that maybe aren't as good quality. So who knows? We'll see. Maybe I can justify it that way. Plus also they have free shipping on everything right now. But anyways, focus on the shadows. I'm gonna take this and start stamping this. I think we're gonna do, yeah, let's do a halo eye. Come on, you guys shouldn't be expecting anything different at this point. And if it seems like I mostly do like halo eyes and stuff like that on here, just when I'm on a video, at least right now while I'm getting used to filming like kind of longer videos, I just I don't know, like doing a more creative, structured look, it's just a bit more of a creative process, and I just find it hard to function on that for a video like this. So I normally like just being able to take my time with that and do like little blips of it for like a TikTok and Instagram reel, and then take pictures of it. So if you want to see more looks like that from me, like definitely go follow me on my socials like Instagram and TikTok, Spooky Mama Glam on those as well. Just because, yeah, I do other looks. I just try not to like complicate things on here. All right, so have that. And it's not like I'm also trying to be careful with picking it up because I do my base first. It's not like it's like the blackest of blacks, but it's still a really nicely saturated black, and it builds up beautifully. So I am okay with that. I don't know if you'll notice a difference with it, but I am filming on my phone again, not because my camera is broken or anything, but my whole setup for how I was doing, like using my iPad as a monitor for my camera, something's happened with the software I was using and it's just not cooperating, and my husband's having a hard time figuring it out for me. So we'll see if I get back to that. Hopefully you don't notice like a lapse in the quality, but it is what it is. I'd rather at least film, have fun, and get a video out for you. So we're gonna work with it. All right, so next, I think we're going to jump into, I think I wanna jump, I thought about using the gray too, but I think I'm just gonna skip over that for now, and I wanna jump into this purple, which is Belief. And we're just going to take that on this small Morphe blending brush. It's from like one of their like kind of set things, so it doesn't have an actual name or anything. And then we're going to start blending this out. I might end up having to go in, actually, maybe that's what I should do. All right. We'll lay a bit of this down, but I think before I continue any further, I think actually on the same brush, I'm going to go into the deeper purple, and that's Chapel, just because I think I need a little bit of something in between. Actually, I'm not going to go with the same brush. I'm going to go with this Melt pencil brush. This is the pencil, I can't read the number, but it's a pencil brush. And we're going to go into Chapel. I just think I need something in between the black and that other purple just to build a better transition. Oh yeah, that's way better. I don't know why I thought that I could get away without doing this. Sometimes, like, and the thing is, you probably could, like, if you go back and forth enough, like, you can blend just about anything together. Like, certain colors are going to get muddy together just based off, like, color theory, but you can generally, with depth of color, make stuff blend out just fine if you just put enough work into it, and especially if it's good eyeshadow formula. All right, going back into the last brush and that Belief shade. Now that we have Chapel, I think that, yeah, there's a much smoother transition. Gosh, I feel like I'm like learning how to do this. I was getting into like a bit of a groove there, and now I feel like because haven't been able to like film as consistently, which, sorry, I'm hoping that's gonna get better. But again, if you watched my Chatty Get Ready With Me, I think I did mention there that, like, you know, I am a mom of 2 young kids and I do have a full-time job. Aside from this, like, this is just like a hobby, a way for me to enjoy my passion for makeup and beauty and get to play with my collection, because it's not like I really get to rock a bunch of bold makeup to work. Like, I guess I could, but I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. to do that. So unfortunately, that and just life, I have had some hiccups with filming as often as I would like. And then last night I was actually going to film with this, and then I just had the frustration just going back in with Chapel and that pencil brush, the whole camera thing happened, so I got frustrated, and by then it was like 10 o'clock and I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to get into a whole look. I want to go to bed. Also, my youngest was not feeling well, so I just wanted to crawl into bed and cuddle him and call it a night. So that's what I did. Hopefully the sickness does not spread. But is what it is when you have young kids. If you know, you know. Oh gosh, these are just so beautiful. Like, I really fell in love with the formula when I played with the Graveyard Smash palette, and I really do love that palette. And I'm not normally, like, I normally like a palette that's a little bit bigger. Like, that's just is 8 pans? Yeah, it's 8 pans. And that's normally a little bit like on the small side. Like, that's kind of as small as I would like for a palette, just because I just like having some options with a color story. Like, not saying I need something like huge, but I actually really like the size of this one. Like, what, that's 24 shades, and I just think that's enough to give you some versatility and stuff, but not so much that shades become repetitive. But again, I really liked I'm gonna actually use this brush and dip into Chapel just a little bit, just because I just want to be able to blend that a bit better out here. But I really fell in love with the formula with that palette, and even given the fact that it's a bit smaller of a palette than what, sorry, I got this wig, a couple of the hairs keep going across my eye and it's driving me insane. Even though the color story was a bit smaller than what I would normally gravitate towards, I really loved the way the color story was. Like, I have to give it to the brand, like, just the way the color stories are done up. It is just so perfect and so amazing. And I just like, it's just so thought out. Like, looking at this one, like, there's just not a single shade that I feel was redundant and just didn't really need to be there, which I guess is what redundant means. And then I also feel like there's a good range of like light to dark. Not that I have to have like a ton of, I'd rather have more dark shades than too many light ones, just because I feel like if you put, like I said earlier, the effort into blend, you should be able to blend out like a medium tone shade. You don't really have to have a really light shade. I'll use them if they're there, but I can also make it work if they're not. Whereas it's like, I feel like sometimes you can only build up depth so much with a shade, but even then, oh, and I picked up a new brush. This is a Melt do round transition. I'm not even gonna try to read the numbers. I can't really read them, but the round transition. So if you're interested in checking out the Melt brushes, I highly recommend it. And that's what I'm using now, just to pick up a bit more relief very lightly, and then just also be able to finish blending out the top there. And you just kind of have to keep going back and forth and adding a bit more, and just, that's what a lot of it is. It's just going back and forth until you are happy with where it is at. Because even the best shadows and formula still take a bit of effort to blend. And going back in with the very first brush and that black shade, Sinner, right? Yeah, Sinner. And I'm just going to re-intensify that. And then back in with the purple Chapel, the deeper purple. And I just, hopefully you can see that, but it's just got so much more seamless of a blend when you do that. Because, like, to me it almost looks like I've used more shades than what I have in there. So that is that. Next we are going to take, where's my glitter glue? There it is. My NYX glitter glue, and I'm going to take that just on a flat brush. It's just one of these round, flat art brushes. And We're gonna stamp that pretty much all over the lid. I'll probably go back in with the black a bit at like the outer corner, like outer and inner corner, but I like to bring the shimmer pretty heavily across the whole lid. And then we're gonna go into adorned carving, this gorgeous shifty magical shade, and we're gonna dip right in with that brush that has a little bit of the glitter glue still on it. I don't even know like if it'll pick up, like if the brush, what's on there will show the shifts, but it is beautiful. And I'll have to double check. I'm pretty sure they put, like, because the first release of this palette sold out fairly quickly. So I do believe that the owner put another, like a pre-order available for this palette because of the interest. I'm not 100% right now. So I'd have to like double check, but if it is, I'll definitely have it linked, like not affiliated. I don't work with the brand, just a fan. But I will link it down below so that you know if you are interested. Because even if you're someone who feels like you have like a rainbow palette already, I am telling you, this is magical, even for someone with like a vast collection. But hopefully you're seeing the beauty of that. Oh, I was gonna say I'd throw a flashlight on my phone. I don't know if I can, I don't think I can do that when I'm recording, but there she is. She's really beautiful. It reminds me a lot of one of the shades from the Weirdos palettes from Unearthly Cosmetics. I'm not saying it's like the exact same thing, but if you're looking to, like, I know that palette's not available anymore. If you're looking to try to find some of the magical shades that were in that, this could be a great alternative. But yeah, let's continue on. I think we're gonna take a little same sort of thing. It's actually from the same set, just a smaller version of it. And we're gonna dip into that gorgeous light purple shimmer ethereal. And I don't have any glitter glue on this brush, so I don't know if it's gonna pick up as well, but we're gonna take this and put it right in the middle. Ooh, gorgeous. Love that. And like I said, I'm going to add a little black to the inner and outer corner just to, love that, re-intensify that. And then I will go in on the inner corner, but I do want to do the lower lash line first. And let me actually just grab out eyeliner. Let me do this one from NYX. It is one of their jumbo liners. This is, I think it's in like black bean. Yeah, black bean. And we are going to put that all over my, sorry, hard to talk when I'm doing that, my waterline. I'll do that side after. And I want it to go kind of into my lash line a bit. And then I'm going to take like one of these kind of flat shader brush, or this is the Luxie 221 flat definer. And I'm going to dip into that black center and just buff that out along that. Something like that. And then let's take that Morphe brush again and a little smidge of Chapel, the deeper purple, and just buff that kind of on top of and also below. And just really connect the blend in the outer corner there. Getting kind of a little bit of mess and fallout in the corner there, but I think we're going to go in with a pretty dramatic inner corner. So like more so just like we're going to have a lot of shine and sparkle, so I think it'll cover up fine. And then let's go into that inner corner. What brush do I want to use for that? Let's use this. This is a Luxie 151 Mini Flat, and I'm actually going to take a little bit more of my NYX glitter glue. Try not to get too much. I'm just going to stamp that in there, and then we're going to go into that ethereal shade again because I really want to give this a bit of a chance to shine on its own, not just on top of that other shade. Oh yeah. She is a beauty. It's funny because, I don't know, I guess if you've watched enough of my videos, maybe you'll already have come to this conclusion, but there's actually a video I did on here with the Weirdos palette. And thinking of it now, I'm pretty sure it's quite similar to this one, but well, if you're new here, you won't have seen that maybe, so. I just couldn't help but play with these shades. I dip back into center a bit and just add a little bit onto that ethereal shade. Ooh, this inner corner has gone a little bit crazy. We'll see if we can buff that out a little. Trying to fix one thing and I sort of just made it a bit more of a blown out mess, but whatever, that's fine. I'm actually gonna go with that pencil brush that we did use for Chapel, but I'm gonna take a little bit of center on that. And I just want to stamp it on top of ethereal, kind of at the top here a bit, although it's not really covering over it that well. But my attempt was to sort of tamper down a little bit of how high up I brought the inner corner, but that's okay. What am I doing here? I think that's like a freckle thing I did, but I feel like it's coming across as a smudge, probably because I did this base like forever ago and then couldn't film till way later. But whatever, you know, the chaos. I hope it's part of why you come here. Okay, I think that is it. We're gonna go catch up the other eye and then I will figure out what I might have just everything already done. Just tends to be kind of what I do. And then, yeah, we'll come back to give our final thoughts. Okay, here it is, the finished look. What do we think? I embellished it up with some butterfly nail stickers. Couldn't help myself. I've just been like so into using these nail stickers I've been able to find off of Shein. They're just like, they make the most beautiful designs and they just really help, I think, amp up a look. Also some gems. Just couldn't help myself. Not that the shadows weren't shining on their own, but I did it, okay? I'm fine with it. I finished off with, I used my favorite, much beloved right now, as long as I still have them, Ioni Halfling lashes in Full Foxy Drama half lashes. Absolutely adore them because they add the drama of like what you get in most full like strip lashes, but they're half lash, so I don't have to trim them, and I love that for me. On the lips, I went with this Melt. This is now a discontinued one, but it's one of their all day everyday lip liners in Love Note, just this beautiful pink shade that I just wanted to help round out my lip shade more and give the base to one of my current obsessions, which is the Unearthly Cosmetics gloss in Havoc. I am obsessed with this gloss formula. I only own the two that came with the Devour collection, and I just, at some point when I'm able to figure out being able to order again, I have a hard time when I'm ordering from Canada and ordering from other brands, and mostly everyone's in the States or the UK or something, and I just, between shipping and customs, like, man, like it costs me almost double to order this stuff. But this gloss formula just might be worth caving and just going for it. I absolutely adore it, and I want so many more of them. And then the star of the show, like absolutely obsessed with this. Zero regrets in purchasing this beauty. I had so much fun with it. It performed just as magically as the Graveyard Smash palette. I just, no issues with the formula. And the shimmers in the Graveyard Smash are just as, like, they're amazing as well. But this one has even more special shades, and just also just, it's a bigger palette, so there's more of a variety, so there's more shades to play with. So I'm just so excited to have more from them. I already felt like when I used the Graveyard Smash palette, with how in love I was with it, that I wanted to like go back and look at some of their older palettes. And now with how much I love this one, like I need to order some of their older ones. I know that they have, I don't know if both are actually still available, but they have two that they did like Edward Scissorhands themed, and I just really want to get at least whatever's available now because it is amazing. They've done some like really awesome themes and color stories, and I want them all. We're getting to the end of the year. I've tried a lot of new palettes, especially with like the kind of Halloween spooky season. It's normally when I go the most nuts in ordering, just because a lot of stuff is Halloween and spooky themed. So right up my alley. But this right here, I think this might be numero uno, but we shall see. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this, and that you think the final look is as much fun as I do, because I really like this. I even changed up my earrings. I don't know if you saw before that I was wearing like kind of scorpion ones, but I was like, I did a butterfly look. The scorpions just seem a little too dark now for this, so changed it up to some butterflies. Had a lot of fun. I'm rambling now, but if you're not already, definitely go check me out on my other socials. Like I said earlier, I am posting more on there in between when I'm able to get videos up on here, and you'll definitely see more diversity of different kinds of looks that I like to do on there. So Spooky Mama Glam on Instagram and TikTok. I'll have them linked in the description box below as well. And yeah, if you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Any and all like engagement just really helps any channel, but especially small channels, trying to grow and just kind of get out there, get more in the community. So would love any support you can throw my way. Comments are lovely. I just have had the sweetest comments, and I just really appreciate every single one of you and just all the nice things that you've had to say. It just brings me joy every time I read one. It just makes my day and just lifts me up so much. And I can't say thank you enough. And subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you stick around. I'm just really hoping to get some more regular content out to you guys, and just have fun playing with my makeup and enjoying it with others who are also loving makeup and eyeshadow and just, you know, want to share in this passion of it with me. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.